Alright, so I am at the Buzzard Gulch trailhead here today in Montrose, Colorado, and we're going to be doing a ride review on some new shoes that I got in. They are the DZR Sense Pro shoes. But these are some new shoes that I am trying out. They have some unique features, and they are flat pedal shoes. So let's go for a ride and check them out. I'm a flat pedal shoe rider. Been riding with 510 Freerider Pros, or 510 Freeriders. I've been riding with 510 Freeriders for a while. And I really like those shoes, so thought I would try out something different. So these are a traditional lace-up shoe. There's no fancy boa dials or anything like that. And in general, I think I prefer that. It's just less things to break, less custom things to break. If you break a shoelace, that's an easy replacement. So as far as the upper body of these shoes go, the heel cup is pretty aggressive, definitely more aggressive than what you're gonna find in a standard sports shoe, but on par with what you'll find inside of cycling shoes. They keep my heels locked in really nicely, and honestly I haven't thought about my heels while riding them here, so that's a good thing. So these shoes don't have any kind of like baffling or anything around here. It's just a fabric inner, and overall that works fine. My standard shoes that I ride with don't have that either. And you do have a couple of lacing adjustments here, so you can choose to lace up a little bit higher or lace down lower. I've left it in the lower position. Works fine, but you do have some adjustability there as well. The sole that they're using is a custom rubber that they've developed, and the sole has this really funky chain link pattern on it. And so as far as feel of the sole and of the grip with my pedals, I would compare the engagement as probably being actually a little bit more positive, in that you feel almost like you're clipped in a little bit more. So when your foot is off the pedal, it's definitely off. And when it is on the pedal, it's definitely on. It is probably slightly harder to reposition your foot on the pedal, just because that chain link grip on the bottom is deeper and engages with the pins more in the actual holes of the grip. Now, I've been using these particular shoes for a couple months now, and I have to say overall, as far as the sole wear goes, that type of thing, are they getting chewed up by my pedals? Definitely not. I think the rubber is really pretty hard and durable, and because it's relying on those openings, kind of like the waffle print in a Vans shoe, they can go with a bit harder rubber and still get good grip characteristics. Alright, so I thought this would be a good place to just kind of show you a bit more about the shoes, so you can see what they look like a little bit. So probably the most interesting part of these shoes is that you get two different soles. So right now I have the stiff sole in, but if you prefer to have a lighter feel, they actually come with a separate set of soles. And these soles have Velcro on the bottom of them, and this, so this is the flexible one. You can see it's kind of just like a standard sole you'd expect in most shoes, but the stiff one is much, much stiffer. And it has this Velcro on it, and so that Velcro is actually to the bottom of the shoe. And so it attaches in, and then there's actually a sole that your actual foot rests on, or your sock and your foot rest on, and that goes in over the top. So you really have kind of 3 layers. You have the actual base of the shoe here. You have this sole that can be either more flexible or less flexible, and then you have the insert part. I'll take it apart here for you real quick so you can see. So this is the top layer. That's what you have there. And then in here, you can see I have the hard sole. And I'm not going to pull it out right now because it Velcros in really stiffly, actually. And you have to kind of like press it in hard and walk around it a little bit for the Velcro really to grab in. But what you'll see is that this shoe, you can see I'm trying to bend it. And it does not bend because of that sole in there. And so you can really, really customize the feel of the shoe by swapping those out. All right, so let's keep riding. So as far as hiking in these shoes, especially with the stiff soles, they aren't ideal. It's going to be a similar experience to hiking in a stiff clip shoe. All right, so it's just out here where your hiker bikes often have kind of loose soil and stone. I would say the softer sole works better for that. So on the downs, I've been really liking these shoes too. One, because you give that positive lock-in when your feet go on the pedals. Whew. These shoes just feel so good. Alright, so right there I hit some gravel, and even though my foot is locked in, I was able to disengage my foot very quickly to catch myself. It took me a little bit of getting used to compared to my free riders, because it's a different feel of getting your foot off the pedal. But once I got used to it, it was all good. It's golden. Exactly what a flat pedal should be. Now, one thing that I have noticed, and DZR sent me these pairs, I think they were a demo pair or a return pair, because they were a little bit worn. And I have noticed over a few months' use, some of the stitching is maybe starting to get a little bit loose. Overall, though, they haven't blown apart. And I too tend to blow apart shoes. Alright, do some more techy stuff here. There's kind of a funky rhythm section of this trail. Little rock things you gotta navigate through here. This one, there we go. Now, these stiff soles probably are not for everyone, because what I do notice on a long descent like this, where I'm out of the saddle for, like this descent's like 4 miles, is that I tend to get, I don't know if it was what you call a hot spot or something like that, where my foot just starts to feel a little weird
I believe from the hardness of the sole. It's not the end of the world. Totally can deal with it. Woo. Now we do the drops. Woo. Whoa, that guy. There we go. Little gap. So overall, my experience with the Sense Pros has been really positive. It has not been a pain to put these shoes on for the past few months and go riding in them. In fact, I've quite thoroughly enjoyed them. And you know, if you found that some of the other really popular shoes maybe don't work for your particular foot shape, or just the feel on the pedal isn't what you're looking for, I would definitely give these a shot, because you kind of get two different shoes in one with that adjustable sole. So you can kind of tweak the shoe. You know, us mountain bikers, we love to tweak things. You can tweak the shoe to the particular feel that you want. Alright, so thanks for riding along with me on this ride review of these Sense Pro shoes. Hope you found it helpful.